Anfield.
We're going to Pence. It doesn't matter. We're going live early. We're going. Let's go. So,
man.
Arsenal won. Manchester City won. Let's go. Come on, Arsenal. We got it. So yeah, we decided to go a little bit live. Go live a little bit before the game ended, but we're ambulance chasing.
You know, I just got sent by my friend. So the referee today, Stuart Atwell, who's had an absolute shocker today, by the way, is actually a Manchester City fan.
Of course he is.
It actually says on Google he is a Man City fan. So that explains a lot.
Cardi party in the 7th minute for touching the ball away.
Yeah, and then Rodri does three disgusting tackles.
Three
and he doesn't get booked.
Doesn't do shit.
What is this going on about? Oi, boys, I'm just saying this here and now. Even if we win on penalties, I'm not happy because I wanted to beat Man City in 90 minutes. Because realistically, if this was the league, we'd be getting a point. So we want to be getting 3 against these guys. So listen, I'll be happy to win on pens, but I'm not going to be satisfied. Let's just say that. But we got to win.
I'm just happy it wasn't 3-0 at halftime.
No, me too. Honestly.
I really am. I look at. I know we're going to get into ratings a little bit later, but it's just like the first half was poor. It was really, really poor.
I thought the first half because I thought we're going to try to break these guys down. I thought we're going to break these guys down because it is Manchester City, and I thought, okay, maybe we're going to break them down slowly. We are making a couple of chances where we're going to get through. And I thought, second half, I feel like we're going to go all out. We've done the exact same thing. And it makes me laugh how Arteta doesn't want to start Trossard, but yet when he scores that goal in the 100th minute, he's absolutely crying his eyes out with celebrating. I'm like, why aren't you playing him then, you mug? Like, literally, why aren't you playing this guy? It's unreal.
No problem with Martinelli getting pulled off at halftime. I really wouldn't.
Me neither. It
just wasn't. It was, he had his head down again. He had some good play and made some great runs.
It
just wasn't happening for him. And when it's not happening for you, sub. We had this. We bought this depth for a reason. Use it, right?
The corners were dreadful today. So the corners were absolutely dreadful. Yeah. That's got to be something.
Was the best player on the pitch for me.
We'll talk about it here in a second. We're going with the Pens. Big up all the 6 inside that came in from Lee's stream. I know that they're still going. Big up everybody. We decided we wanted to do this live. Sorry about the distorted. My internet has been terrible today, so I've been streaming everything. So Odegaard up first. Here we go.
I'm not watching.
Odegaard goal. Odegaard goal.
Oh mate, you're so ahead of me. What's this bollocks?
I haven't seen. Mine's in the other room.
You want me to stop?
Yeah. Hold for a second. He hasn't even taken the penalty on my screen yet.
Oh shit.
Okay, hold on.
I'll pause. Mate, TJ, you're in America, bro, and you're getting ahead of all of us. What's this all about?
Yeah, we're pausing to sync. And big up Carl and Jaminho for coming over. I know you guys are over there with Lee, so big up everybody.
Yeah, it was a great watch.
You scored it. Jesus, TJ.
Okay, hold on.
It's like 4 hours.
This is harder. This is harder to do because there's no timer up there. So I got KDB lining up.
I got Odegaard currently walking back.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah. When KDB is lining up, let me know. So I'll start it then.
So
guys,
he's walking up to the ball now.
Okay. I'm going.
I'm telling you my comments as well.
De Bruyne hits the post.
Wait, bro, what's going on? I haven't even stopped the penalty yet. I haven't even stopped it. Oh, he's flopped it. Come on then. Come on.
TJ just dropped his beer.
Oh, mate, that City kid's about to tear up, mate. Cry your eyes out, mate.
I need to put this on my phone.
I'm just going on my phone.
Oh, do you know, I'm just going to go off TJ's reactions because I'm going to be behind either way. This is bollocks, man. I'm in the bloody UK.
I could go to the living room and get on my phone.
All right, I love the chat. By the way, I love the chat, but I'm hiding you guys. I'm hiding you guys. Sorry.
I'm not hiding.
You guys got to get real time reactions from me here.
I'm watching the chat. I'll be
Trossard lining up.
I am so far behind it.
Don't spoil it for me then, Dal. Don't spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil nothing.
This is unreal. I'm in the flipping UK.
Hey, TJ, at the end, Bruce Willis is actually the dead guy.
Bro, what is this? He's just scored it. Right, okay, cool. Trossard.
All right, what is it? 2-1 us?
Then I'm going to pause. I'm pausing 5 seconds. I'm pausing 5 seconds.
All right.
3-0?
2.
4, 5. 2-0.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
All right, sweet. Oh, come on, man. Come on, Aaron.
Let's win this. Come on. Let's win this.
I need the audio.
Silva coming up.
Hey, stepping up. Whistle's blown. Shoots.
Goal.
Okay, good penalty. It's all right.
We're all right.
Just don't put Fabio Vieira on it, then we're all right.
Shout out to the homeless.
Well, Fabio was on, so.
Yeah, no, that's what's the worrying thing about it. Oh, come on, Arsenal.
This is the most stressed out I've ever been on YouTube right now. I'm not even going
over the Community Shield, DJ? Come on.
Come on, Saka.
Come on, man.
I just want to win something.
I know. I want to beat them.
Don't say that. It's Saka.
I want to win something.
All right, come on.
We got the Audi. Well, we got the Emirates Cup, TJ. I mean,
yeah, I know.
Shoots. Yeah. Get in. We're right on the same time as well.
Come on, Bakayo. Yeah, we're good. We're good now.
Hang on the same.
Come on, Bakayo.
Danny, don't give it away.
Come on, wait.
Big up all the legends in the chat. Make sure you're smashing likes.
All we just got to do is score, and then we're
right. Watch the chat, you guys. Don't look at the chat.
I'm not looking at the chat.
Go
I know
on,
we're behind. You got Rodri coming up.
Mm-hmm. Go on, you fool. Yes!
Woo!
You dickhead! Fucking hate Rodri as well.
Fuck you!
I hate Rodri. Come on, let's go!
Come on!
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
Ingest it. Fucking inject it. Can't stand Rodri, the mug.
I gotta get on my phone, guys, and watch from the living room.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Come on!
Do what you gotta do.
Oh, Fabio Vieira. Oh,
great.
Here we go.
Right. I'm walking away.
Come on, Fabio. Come on, my son. Come on.
The Man City fans are already crying.
He's crying at the Community Shield. These guys actually won the treble last season. He's crying.
We just need to beat
these bro, guys. Don't miss it. Just win the game. Win it. Fabio Vieira. Shoots! Yeah. Yay! We won the Community Shield! We're going to win the league now, TJ. We're going to win the league. Let's go! Let's go! Screw
Arsenal! Arsenal win on pens, everybody. No! Arsenal win on pens.
Yes!
Champion!
Come on!
Do you know what? I said earlier,
yes!
I'm not going to celebrate it, but that's funny.
Fucking yes!
This is funny. Because these motherfuckers thought they were winning it as well, and we just won.
Come on! I'll be back on the computer.
Congratulations to Arsenal FC, the Community Shield winners. And you know what? People are going to turn this around and say, hey, they're going to turn this into a trophy. This is not a real trophy, everybody. Keep that in mind. This is not a real trophy. Right. This is
celebrating's done now. It's done now. Right.
Celebrate. Yeah, celebrate as you need to celebrate. Do what you need to do. But keep in mind, there were some big gaps today, and we are going to get into them here shortly. Big up everybody in the chat. Big up everybody coming over from Lee Gunner's stream. I got absolutely dragged on Lee Gunner's stream today, by the way. It was so fun. I'm so glad Lee's back. I'm so glad everybody is back. The season is back. And Arsenal start off on a good note, winning the Community Shield on pens. And Jess called that, by the way. Our own Jess Collins called that, by the way. I'm gonna shoot him the link real quick. Just because I don't know if he's doing stuff with Lee or whatever, but I am gonna shoot him the link real quick. But yeah, Connor, what did you think?
Right. I know I celebrated there, but I'm not going to lose my head. It was a very poor game, if we're going to keep it really simple.
It was.
We weren't fantastic. I'm not going to lie. We were stringing together good passes, but the fact was we couldn't break them down. And when we did break them down, the final product wasn't there. And it was unfortunate because I thought, wow, we could have really pulled off something here today. But, we latched off, and there were some good performances. There were some all right performances. But listen, at the end of the day, let's be real. It is more of I like to call it a practice round. And let's keep it real. We drew today. Let's be real. If it was a Premier League game, we drew. We only got a point. And by luck, we got a point. So we've got to step it up, man, if you want to keep competing this season. Especially, we haven't beaten these guys yet. We still haven't beaten them. So let's just hope we can do something this season, because that in general, if you do that in the league,
a couple
we've got to beat them. We've got to beat them at some point. And honestly, the fact that Rodri missed the penalty makes my life even better, because he's a wanker. Because he is. He's a fool. And that's Stuart Atwell too. Have it, because you gave us shit all game.
That was terrible.
And he's a Man City fan as well, so he can have one of them. Cheers for that. We'll take the shield and go home. So thanks for that one.
Happy Gunners.
And BX Gunner, I think we're all aware that wasn't a Prem game. We all know what that was, but I don't know. Winning is winning.
But at the end of the day, but let's look at it realistically. We're looking.
We're
on the Charity Shield. We're not getting into Champions League again this season with it. We're not winning the Premier League with it. So if we're looking at it realistically, if it was a Premier League game, we would have got a point. So we need to now elevate that and now get a win with these guys next time. And don't forget, this was at Wembley as well. This wasn't at the Etihad. So we'll celebrate this plate for all we can, even though I was just enjoying it a couple of minutes ago. But now I've chilled. We have now got to actually go ahead and beat these guys. And let's keep it short and sweet here. I know as much as City do play this type of football when Haaland's on his own, did anyone see Erling Haaland today? Because I didn't.
No, he was invincible today. Absolutely invincible.
William Saliba, this is why this guy, in my opinion, will be one of the best centre-backs in the league this season.
Did you see him dribble the ball out of trouble? Did you see him as well dribble the ball away from Kevin De Bruyne? He's
so composed, so solid. He's just so much about him, so good. And it's a shame that the goal went in, went here, and he just got sent off. So it came on straight. But I've got to say something, because he's blown my socks off. Jurrien Timber, I've got to give my hat off to him.
He was my man of the match.
If Zinchenko comes back from injury and walks into this team straight away, and Timber gets benched, that's just a huge sign of disrespect. Because he's now played a couple games in pre-season and against the former Premier League champions and held his own. And if you just send him off straight here because your blue-eyed boy's back, then I'm sorry, you're not a good manager. And the same for Trossard. If anyone saw what Arteta was doing when he scored that goal, Arteta's allowed to celebrate. But when you see a celebration like that when Trossard scored a goal, and if you think about benching him next Saturday, you're a fool. You are a fool. Because he's not an impact sub. He's a good player. He's a player that should be playing every 90. We saw how he played for Brighton, and he needs to be playing more today. And Drew, I completely agree. That first half, it was a snooze fest. It really was. I thought, right, we're going to break these guys down. This is what we're doing. We're playing it slowly. We're not giving away stupid errors and letting them just counter, and attack. We were holding it. Yes, they were holding possession. They were being really slow, but that's how Man City play. They hold the ball. They pass it slow because they try to drag out their opponents. And that's what they've been doing for seasons. And right, we're going to slow it down a bit. And then second half, we're going to go out. And we didn't do that. And that's down to Arteta not making impact subs really quickly. Because if you think about it, Trossard was on earlier, maybe at 45, maybe it could have been a different game. It's these little things. And I don't know what it is of Arteta in these late subs, man, because I thought he was working on it. And he obviously isn't. So, but hey, listen. Elias, you won against Shakhtar Donetsk. Well done. Do it. Well done.
Yeah.
And the guy who scored all the goals is now leaving your club. So there we go. Anyway. That's my review of today's game. But the team, we beat City in it, so Ramsdale saved the pen. So
Dal, how do you feel about today's game? I'm gonna use the facilities real quick, and I'll be back.
Sure, I think Connor pretty much just nailed every point there. It was absolutely fantastic to watch Gabriel Saliba today box Haaland, and he didn't get a sniff at all today. I was really worried it was going to be 2-3-0 the first half. I just was kind of on pins and needles, Connor. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how we contain Haaland so well. Maybe it was just he wasn't on it today. I don't know. Maybe Gabriel was just extra, but both him and Saliba are fantastic today. And Timber, you're absolutely right. If he gets kicked out because Zinchenko comes back because he wants to play some inverted garbage, that Timber did a bit today. He wasn't totally inverted most of the time, but he was pretty much the left mid, wasn't he?
Yeah,
for most of that. So, yeah, but he was fantastic today. He's definitely my man of the match as well. But once I saw Kai Havertz up there, I was oh shit, here we go. I mean, it's something that we've talked about now the last couple of weeks that we didn't want to see. And what's the first thing we see in a real competitive match? Kai Havertz up front.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of worried about that, But I think Trossard has kind of made a name for himself now. I think he's got 3 or 4 goals in preseason, including the goal today. Martinelli has 0 or 1 maybe. Yeah. So I mean that the proof is in the pudding. Gabriel Martinelli is my guy. He is my guy, but Trossard is just looking that extra level, and he looks like he's more of a goal scoring threat. So I don't know if he comes in at the left wing or put him up front. My instincts would be to put him up front, but I think Gabriel Martinelli is going to be the scapegoat for some of those substitutions, and we'll see. Maybe he'll limit Martinelli's minutes. Now that Trossard is really starting to show what he can do, even though we've known what he can do all along. Yeah, the first half, not too much going on. I know we had 2 shots on goal, but like 38% possession, so we weren't able to really play our possession game much or hold the ball up too well. Second half was, I don't know, kind of disjointed as well. And I didn't really see, I didn't think Rice was all particularly good today. What do you guys think?
I think he was solid enough. I don't think he was bad. He didn't make any glaring mistakes. So
this is the thing with Declan Rice. You got to look at it and think, right, this is a guy that is a DM. He's an offensive midfielder. He's not going to be scoring goals every week. He's not going to be banging in left, right, and centre. He's going to control the game. And let's look at it realistically. We didn't concede in that first half. And let's be real, the midfield was stable. Partey was good, and I think Rice was good. Rice doesn't. You don't expect, in my opinion, bang, bang, Rice is just doing this, doing that every single game, because as much as he is costed that much, he's not going to be he's not like a striker where he's going to be getting you bang, 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 goals. He's going to be controlling the midfield. And in my opinion, he's done that today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wasn't phenomenal. I'm going to make that clear. He wasn't outstanding.
Nobody was.
But that's the thing with Timber was. Timber definitely was.
Yeah.
But the thing I like to see with Declan Rice is controlling the midfield. Because we've got that in Partey, and now we can be doubling that with Declan Rice. And now we're facing a Man City side. Yeah, it's not the Etihad. It's at Wembley. It's a friendly. Well, Roger didn't make it feel like a friendly today. But I like seeing control in the midfield, and that's what we're seeing. When we had possession, we weren't giving it away stupidly. It took us a while to maybe get a leg in. But in my opinion, I didn't have a problem with Declan Rice today. And
me neither. I thought they were all sort of like you were saying that didn't do anything spectacular, but kind of did their job. I thought everybody sort of did their job today, but score goals. The defense wasn't bad. The midfield, like Connor said, really wasn't bad. And I didn't think Declan Rice was bad either. Of course, he didn't do anything great. He did his job. And so if that's what we brought him in to do his job, then that's great. I don't think he got up the pitch as much as, Xhaka would have maybe. What do you think, TJ? You think Xhaka would have pushed more in the box? I'm not sure, but I don't think that Rice was poor today. Is what I'm trying to say as well.
No, Rice wasn't poor. I think he was average, and we'll get into player ratings. But I don't think he put a foot wrong. But I don't think he did anything necessarily that advanced the play very much. It's one of those things where the midfield that we saw today is exactly what I want to see all season. I think they were solid. They weren't perfect, but they're still gelling at the same time. People have to give these guys a little bit more room before we're ready to say, okay, is this going to actually gel, or is this going to be something that we need to fix? Kai Havertz is not the answer. We saw that today. He cannot play center forward. I'm glad we got to see that before the actual Prem kicked off. Now that I'm looking back on it, and of course we won, so rose tinted classic, right?
Sure.
But at the same time, you get to see the midfield that we need to be playing, and we need an out-and-out striker. And I think until we get that out-and-out striker, it has to be Trossard up top. It has to be. He has so much composure. Exactly what we saw in that box. Anybody else, like an Nketiah, would have panicked. Havertz would have panicked in that same situation. You saw it with Havertz. He had 2 golden chances to bury it, and he didn't do it. But what did Trossard do with his one opportunity?
Right.
You know, and you can say that it was lucky and that it pinged around, but he got the shot in.
Yeah, that happens. Right. Luck was on our side for that one shot. So I'll take luck anytime for that one shot, right?
Exactly.
But who's to say if Gabriel Jesus didn't start, he hopefully would have buried those two that Havertz would have missed, right?
You never know.
But then
don't know.
Go back to the last shot.
Go on that because I don't
might have passed that third one off and not taken that shot that Trossard did, right?
I think Havertz is being judged way too quickly. Those two chances that Havertz had, one was a great save from Ortega, and the second one, you can't get a good shot off that. He was turned around and getting the shot. I'm sorry, in my opinion, I know a lot of the chat's going to disagree with me, and I understand, but I don't think that he should be getting this criticism. It's the first proper professional game he's played in an Arsenal shirt, or competitive game, sorry. He's played in an Arsenal shirt. Like, come on, let's give him a bit of time, maybe 10 more games. And let's not forget, he was playing in a position that he's not a striker. And I don't think he even thinks he's a number 9. No. He's an attacking midfielder. That is what Havertz is. He's not a striker. And it's just unlucky that we don't have a striker at the moment. So I think we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He had a good chance today that was saved by Ortega. If it was maybe a different day, that could have gone in. And then everyone would have been praising him. Oh, now he's all fantastic. So let's give it some time. And I think he will be able to come good. Let's just back the player and not just give him crap straight away, in my opinion.
No, I don't. No, but it looks like a couple of chances from just watching the game, Connor, looked like, oh, he could have buried that. You know what I mean? Just from the play and what it looked like and the run of play that happened, it looked like he could put that in. But you're right. Ortega made a great save, and there we go.
The other one was a bit of like he turned around and it was a left foot. So listen, if he's going to be inconsistent for 7 to 10 more games, then I'll completely get people's points. But it's his first competitive game in an Arsenal shirt. And I know people can say, oh, he has played in the Premier League for 3 years. I can completely understand that. But I want to judge him as an Arsenal player, not as a Chelsea player. I want to judge him as an Arsenal player. And if I could criticise him today, I wish he pressed a bit more. I don't think he pressed enough. When he did eventually press, he did get a leg in and he did win the ball back. If he's going to be playing in that number 9 role for the next couple of weeks, he's got to be pressing. I got to say that 100%. And hopefully he does more of that. But that's criticism I'm going to give him today. I think the shots he had, I don't want him to be criticised on that heavily because I don't think he deserves to be criticised on that.
You're about to raise it.
And they are about to raise it. And so let's just give him a couple more games because I don't want him to be heavily criticised already. And let's go. Martin Odegaard is about to lift the shield. Way.
Okay, good.
At least he didn't drop it like a band.
All right. It's business time now. Like
we got the plate.
Clap today about the plate. It's business time now. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get
it's time to win. It's time to win. Exactly. Yep. It's time to win. Connor, you are now Elias's second favorite Arsenal fan after Jess.
Cheers. I love how Turner's lifting it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gone. See you later, boys."
All right.
Way down the list.
Yeah, we are way down the list. No, I'm way down the list. Get your questions in, everybody. We're just talking post game here. Ravi asked, "Do you think Arsenal could have done more in the game?" Of course I do. The game was dead for 75% of it. I think that Kai and I disagree about the Kai Havertz situation. I don't think that Kai Havertz impressed or he's not given himself a lot of rope with me.
I know for a fact all season me and TJ are gonna go back and forth on Havertz. That's gonna be like mine and TJ's first. We don't need to agree on everything. I think that's what makes the show even better. It's one of those things where Kai Havertz is now proving people correct about him with the fact that he couldn't finish 2 silver plate chances, no pun intended, in the box.
He couldn't do it. Plated, and he's got a point too. If one of them's blocked, they're blocked. But at least my thought is that he's a German international. I mean, if he was positioned right, he would be scoring.
Exactly. And here's the thing: is if and Lee made this point on his screen. If it was another striker, like an actual striker, an out-and-out striker, would they have finished that, or at least one of those? I think that Balogun would have gotten at least one of those. Call me deluded, that's fine, but I'm serious. I think a true number 9, an actual out and out striker, would have gotten at least one of those.
Havertz is not trash as hell, Steven.
He's not trash. He's trash. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying that he's not the level.
This is why people get mudded, because they judge players by one competitive game. Just give it a rest. If I'm saying this now, if Havertz plays 10 more competitive games at Arsenal and he hasn't made an impact, I'll then go ahead and criticize him. But people who give players, not just Havertz, any single player who give him criticize them after one single game. And don't get me wrong, this is Man City we're playing today. Yeah. This ain't just some mid-table team in the Premier League. We've just played the treble winners.
We did.
I'm not expecting Havertz to do flicks, tricks, score 3 goals. Like, come on, man. Like, have some be realistic about it. Come on. But I completely understand that the pressing, I can agree on. He didn't press hard enough today, especially in the position he's in. Because Ortega was taking the piss a bit. He was going a bit, I'll hold the ball now, when Havertz could have gone in for it. Bar that, I'm not going to criticize him for the shots, because one got saved and one was just a dodgy ball. And that's all I'm going to say on the Havertz matter, in my opinion, anyway. That's what I'm going to say.
I mean, only time will tell on Kai Havertz, but today did not do him any favors.
Well, Carl says that time has told. He said he's seen enough in 3 years to know that he's got Premier League quality.
Like I said, he wears the badge. I'm willing to give him a chance, but today did not give him any more leash with me. That's all I'm saying. Today, I was not impressed.
I can see that too. Any of his critics, this would be a little more ammunition for them, because he didn't finish those 2 goals. And Connor, of course, on the contrary, has a very good point too. Like, he's not going to just score. He's not a 20 league goal scorer guy. He's not a number 9. But at the same time, if you're in the box, those opportunities come. Would other strikers score it? Maybe. Connor's got a point too. I mean, that's why I give Kai Havertz my ratings. I give him a 5 because he was just average, and I know we haven't done that yet. But it's like, when those chances come up, you expect your striker to score them. No,
can we just appreciate this, by the way, Elias? You own an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, he has an Arsenal shirt, but I'm not going to give him the link yet. We're not done talking.
Damn, fair play. I mean, I wouldn't have a
Spurs
shirt.
He does, and that's why I think Elias is just like a little bit of a fraud, just like 10%. A 10%. I think he's an Arsenal fan, like deep down. I think he's an Arsenal fan.
He hangs out with the win.
He loves the win
today. But that's just me. Big up everybody in the chat, by the way. We got 20 inside. If you're new, make sure you are subscribing. Watching it on playback, make sure you're commenting, and of course smashing the likes up. Get your questions in on the game. Like, get your thoughts on the game. Are we wrong about Kai Havertz? Let us know. Ravi says, TJ and panel, do you think Arsenal's mentality is a lot more stronger than last season? It's too early to tell. I didn't like I said, I didn't like 75% of the game. I didn't like the way we approached it. I didn't like some of the subs. I didn't like when they were done. I thought that subbing off Timber when we subbed off Timber wasn't the greatest idea. Not saying that, Kieran Tierney didn't shine today, in my opinion, and that's just the way it is. And a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, that's Arteta's fault for subbing him on when he did." The player is the player. He has to play the game when he plays the game. He did not put a lot of shine on his name today. What did you think about Kieran Tierney? Connor.
Yeah, no, do you know what? It is quite sad that the fact that as soon as Timber came off, the side that we concede from is the side that just got subbed on. And I do think it was maybe bad timing for Tierney. I don't want this now whole agenda to be, now Timber is this and now Tierney is shit, because that's what, unfortunately, Arsenal fans have a problem with. As soon as they see one player, new shiny player, the one that was great before is now shit. But now I thought Ramsdale was shit last week, but he just saved the penalty from Rodri. So he's got to be fantastic. And they just such flip-flops, honestly.
Exactly right.
My thoughts on Tierney. I think his Arsenal career is over in a sense of the manager. Not in sense the error he made. It wasn't even an error he made, because at the end of the day, he couldn't have done anything about it. And at the end of the day, if we're going to look at it realistically, as much as I want Tierney at the club, he's not going to be able to play because he's not inverted, and that's exactly what Arteta wants to be doing. But I say that, I looked at today and I was watching today. we didn't play much of that inverted football. I was seeing Timber going down the line, overlapping, and then if not, just staying back and defending. And it made me think, I thought, hold on a minute, we've got a left back that can do that. So why are we not playing inverted? Is it only with Zinchenko? So when Zinchenko's there, we have to play inverted, and then we can't play anything else, because if Tierney plays it, then no, we can't. But then when Timber comes in, and we don't seem to play that much inverted football, we still can't play Tierney. That makes no sense to me. I do think there is a massive agenda against Tierney. It's not Arteta's signing. That means Arteta don't love him. So that's just going to be a thing. And I'm very surprised that we've actually kept him. And I'm very surprised he hasn't put in a transfer request. But listen, Tierney's not to blame for today. Like, it's bad timing. He's just come on and we conceded a goal. But that's just it's now probably going to be taken out of context. And now a lot of Arsenal fans are probably going to now say shit. So that's the reality.
And by the way, I'm not saying that he's shit. I'm just saying that it didn't look good. Like,
yeah.
No. Down. He got outplayed on that just certain passage of play. Bad luck. You know, that you could say that about the goal that we scored. It is what it is. I still rate Tierney. I want him starting at left back, but Timber, man, he looks really, really good. What a signing. That's all I'm going to say. What an absolute signing. Big up Clock Orange. Glad you're here, man. He says Tierney, Saliba, White, and Timber. That's how we should play. I don't disagree. I wouldn't mind seeing any of those guys on our back line. I don't, Gabriel. I still rate Gabriel.
I don't want White at center back.
I don't want. We don't need White anywhere near center back, and I think we saw that 2 years ago how that goes. Let's talk about this. Dal, what do you think about this comment from Henning Gunnar? I don't necessarily disagree. I think they were mediocre today.
Yeah, I thought everybody was mediocre today, but Timber. It's just Saka gets double teamed. It's totally obvious what's going to happen every time he receives the ball. He gets double teamed. He has to either make the run to the wide right and get a cross in, or he has to pass the ball back into the middle and kind of do his little run in the middle and pass it off to Odegaard or Rice or Partey or something. So I don't know what the solution is for Saka, except that I think he needs to be a little more creative, to be honest, when he gets the ball. It's just not his passes aren't progressing. He runs too far outside of the box right now. We saw some goals from last season where he was more inside the box, kind of almost next to Jesus at times. There was a goal he scored against Wolves where he was directly in the box, went to the right, put it on his left, and put it right in the goal with his left foot. But he's been further out of the box. We need him in the penalty box or the 18-yard box to do anything. I just think he's really ineffective, and he's been kind of found out. Tougher teams like City and Chelsea, United, Liverpool, even Tottenham, they know how to play him. And so I think there's kind of a blueprint now how to play soccer is you just double team him with your left mid. As for Martinelli, I thought he was great today, but he just conspiracy. But his head down a little bit too direct. I want Martinelli to look up a little more. He could have done a bit better. In fact, I probably would have subbed him off at halftime. So, I just thought both two were very average today, to be honest.
Yeah, they're absolutely very average. What do you think, Connor?
I think it's now very clear and evident. If you watch the game, you could see two players run them at all times. Saka, Saka, Akanji, and Grealish were on him at both times. Every time he was trying to cut in, he couldn't. He kept going back, starting again, going back to Saka, couldn't do it, starting again. And now Arteta has now got to now think of a new way for Saka to go in and get goals. Maybe don't go all the way to the corner flag and try cut in. Maybe just cut in an earlier point. Don't let the left back be your priority. Maybe go in at the centre back, at the CDM, whoever's in front of you. The left CDM. Don't bring it all the way to the corner flag and then stop cutting in. You got to make these type of changes. Maybe instead of cutting in with Martinelli or Saka, let the left back or right back overlap. Let them have it. Pass it back. Go into the middle of the box and take the shot. It's as simple as that. There's loads of different ways. Wingers don't just have to cut in. There's so many things that they can do. And I hope Arteta doesn't just go into the season and think, right, we're sorted now. They can just cut in and that'll be all right. Because teams are figuring it out. Look at the game today. They were being held back so much by the fullbacks. You could see it. And we've all said this, and I remember Ola said it many a times when he came on the show, TJ. They are going to have so many. Once it'll be one player on them, then it'll be two, then it'll be three. That's what teams are now going to look out for as whenever they play Arsenal this season. And that is watching out for Saka and Martinelli and making sure you've got either two or more players on them. Because otherwise they'll run rapid around just one player. Because he actually, I think one of the first chances that Saka had going down the line was when he'd taken on Akanji, and he actually got ahead of Akanji. And I think Pep saw that and said, right, Grealish, you've now got to go back and help him. Because otherwise he's just going to get run ragged and they might actually get a chance here. So, they weren't fantastic, but I think it's more for the fact of City knew what we were doing. The tactic, they knew what we were going to do. And we've been doing it for 2 seasons now. So teams are going to know. Like, Luton Town will probably now know what we're doing because it's pretty easy to understand. I did like seeing there was some new things happening with the team. I could see we were going to a 3 at the back at one point, but it seemed pretty solid. I don't know what it was. We were just what we were doing today that I enjoyed was we weren't rushing with passes. Players weren't receiving the ball and thinking, shit, what do I do? Apart from Ramsdale, where he nearly had a stinker, because that's what he does. I think Ramsdale, unfortunately, isn't fantastic on the ball. I think he panics a lot, especially when he's got pressure on him. He panics. But
he almost gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, bar him, I do think that I'm enjoying watching how calm the players now are on the ball. There's no, oh, crap, what do I do with the ball now? Like, oh, and then we get intercepted.
Right.
When we were getting intercepted, it was just generally the City players going in for the ball. It wasn't a case of, right, shit, what do I do? Pass it to the City player. It was fluid passing. It's just unfortunate that it was against a very good Man City side. And to be honest, we got lucky in the end with it. But I'm looking forward to the Nottingham Forest game because I now want to implement what we've done today, but now do it with a more high pace, and also with a lot more pressure on Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, and we'll have a lot less. Forest isn't going to press us as hard up the pitch either.
Exactly.
So they're going to leave themselves open for demolition.
Yeah. So
Saka's been found out in some cases, Connor. Absolutely right. I mean, you're right. If Luton play well against them, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, that's what I make of it. You got to come up with some different tactics for these guys because otherwise they will get found out. They will get found out. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I honestly don't think that. I mean, I'm looking forward to next weekend. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, even though I have to wake up at like 5:30 to watch it, but it's one of those things where I saw that we competed with the treble winners today.
Right.
And you can argue that, it wasn't Ederson, it was Ortega. Ortega, I thought, played well. You can argue this, that, and the other, but at the same time, we are actually competing with these guys. We showed that we could stick in. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. I thought it was boring for about 80% of it. But we stuck in. We showed that we could compete. And I'm actually having a quasi-positive view going into the Nottingham Forest game. So yeah, I'm, and I see people in the chat. It's not a real trophy. We know it's not a real trophy. We know it's a charity game. We know what it's about, but we can at least say at the end of the day, we won it. We won it. We beat them. And Elias, this is the dumbest comment I've seen.
He's just trying to make Spurs.
So I know. He's trying to make up for the fact that he was wearing an Arsenal shirt earlier today, and I saw it. By the way, make sure everybody, we got 24. And make sure you're smashing the likes up.
And we have another trophy over Spurs.
I know.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah.
Another
when
one.
was the last time that Spurs won a Community Shield?
Are they even won one?
60s, 50s?
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
If ever.
Have you ever won one?
Does it taste good to eat off a silver plate, TJ?
They last won the Community Shield in 1991.
Oh, I was 30
cool.
They've won. To be fair to them, they've won 7. Seven. But we've won 11 or even more than that. So, is what it is. Well, we all knew it would be anyway.
Yeah, back in the 90s. Drew Gunner's on it. Drew Gunner's on it.
He knows about it, man.
Yeah. Well, and let's be honest, and big up Spencer on this one. Big up Spencer. That goal from Palmer was class. Unreal goal.
That's not, you can't stop that.
Yeah, no, Ramsdale had no chance at that.
No.
What a goal! Like even then, I just had to walk away.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you can do about that. But incredible goal. So that's all I'm gonna say. Do you guys want to get into player ratings real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it. Everybody that is in the chat, make sure you're smashing likes first and put your ratings in the chat. If you disagree with us, that's fine. I don't really care. But
Elias, stop defending the Audi Cup. It's a bad look, bro.
Yeah, no, Elias is shameless. It's fine.
All right,
let's start from the back. Aaron Ramsdale, come on.
Sorry.
I think your deserves a little.
Oh, I'm not saying this. I can't.
They beat Bayern and Dortmund in preseason.
I actually feel sorry.
They must be ready for the season.
I actually feel sorry for Tottenham fans because the fact that you've actually got to justify what the Audi Cup is to win a valid argument about trophies.
Exactly.
It's fantastic. Anyway, sorry guys, go for it.
Yeah, go for it, Dal. Ramsdale.
Oh, penalty save. I'm going to give him a 7 because he needed a penalty save.
I agree.
And he wasn't that bad today.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 7.5. I thought he did have some key saves throughout, and actually see him actually save a penalty.
Yeah,
was a welcome sight. What did you think?
Yeah, I think that was great.
Yeah, no, I'm Ramsdale. I'll give him a 6. He gets more because of that penalty save, but let's be real. If you consider that goal where he nearly fluffed it because he got pressured, I'd have been fuming.
Oh, yeah.
So he gets a couple bonus points because he saved the penalty, but no more than a 6. I'm sorry, because that he nearly fluffed us with that own goal, whatever that was. So 6 for me. 6 for me. Yeah, Kyle Rossi, 100%. 100%.
A lot of people are saying 6, but Clock Orange says 8.5.
Fair enough.
Spencer says 8. I mean, I'm right in the middle. I think that I'm giving him a little bit more credit. He did have a couple of key saves in there. Great penalty save. I think he looks solid, except if he keeps handling the ball like he is, he will give me a heart attack, guaranteed. You will see me collapse on screen. You will see me collapse. Let's go with the left back, Jurrien Timber.
My man of the match too. I give him a 9 today. He was fantastic. Like Carter said, he was defending. He was going up front, and I try to not pat myself on the shoulder too much, TJ, but he wasn't up the pitch like Zinchenko was, right? With this inverted madness of going way up to the half line. Timber held back. He made a longer pass. That's all the real changes Zinchenko needs to make if he wants to defend better, is stay further back and make a longer, stronger pass. So Timber Day was fantastic. He controlled the play. He kept who's their winger today on the right wing?
Who? Man City?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva.
He kept Silva kind of quiet. Silva looks like he needs a milkshake. He looks like a Portland homeless tent liver with that shaved head. Jeez, it looks terrible. But anyway, that's not very nice. But Timber was today. Yeah, I give him a 9. He was the motor that kept things going, and yeah, there you go. Rossi was and you get a ton with that, I'm sure.
Jesus.
Once again, proving that the chat for TJ Warren TV is the best on YouTube.
Elite.
Period. Sorry, it's absolutely elite. I'm gonna go ahead and give Timber a 8.5. He was great. He got spun out he got spun out once. It was a little odd, but he's my man of the match. 8.5, 9 for me. It was great.
Yeah, I'll give him a solid 9. He was fantastic. And he's got to start against Forest, in my opinion. You can't have a performance like that. And as much as I love KT and I do want KT to play, you have a performance like that against treble winners, hold your own in your first proper competitive game against the Premier. I don't think he played against United, did he? No, he wasn't here for United.
I don't believe so.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't, was he? Good on him. And he deserves to play next game, 100%. And it's just a shame in the way that Tierney will now be third choice. But I'm sorry, and I'm not seeing Ben White be benched either because he deserves to play, in my opinion. And as much as Zinchenko's a nice guy, he does not walk into that. He's now got to fight for his left back position. I don't care if it's one game. You know, I think Timber's now holding his own. If Timber does it against Nottingham Forest as well, you can't just say, all right, sorry, Timber, mate, my boy's back now. He's done all this stuff now. He's back, and now you're out. You can't do that. That's just wrong. Because now Zinchenko has got to work his way back into the team, whether that's off the bench and makes an impactful sub, and he does that multiple times and he gets back in, or we play him in midfield, as he should be played. So, yeah, Timber, 9, bro. You're fantastic. And United fans, sorry we took him. It's what it is.
Welcome to Arsenal. That's all I got to say. Welcome to Arsenal. Timber quickly becoming one of my favorite players. Quickly.
Yeah,
Gabriel Magalhaes.
Oh, man. 7. I think he held Haaland very, very well today. I was really excited for Haaland, for Gabriel and Saliba, for keeping him quiet. That was the main art. He's their number one threat. He barely got a sniff today, and that for me was what set the basis for at least for some of the better play that we had in the second half. You know what I mean? I think that Gabriel showed a lot of leadership today. Saliba did as well, and keeping that man contained. You know, that's not an easy job. And we saw how brutal he can be against other teams, especially when we didn't have Saliba in there. And if any other teams wouldn't have their top CB in there, he could get 2 or 3 goals any game he chooses. But today he was locked down. So I give Gabriel, I'm going to give him a 7, 7.5 maybe.
I agree with you. I give him a 7.5. I thought he was fantastic. Didn't really put a foot wrong. You know, I thought our entire back line was very, very good today. Obviously we didn't show a lot of glory on the goal, but at the same time, we locked down Haaland and Alvarez.
Right.
It's not that is no Tony.
Yeah.
And any of us would hide a body to get Alvarez into our
team. And there was times I admit I was like, I don't want Gabriel so pressed up at the halfway line on the forward, but he was literally a tattoo on Haaland today. And I was kind of just waiting for that yellow card to happen, you know? Haaland get the ball, do the spin, and Gabriel just take his feet out from it. But that didn't happen. So the Bozo gene, you know, he must have got some good sleep last night or something, or had his B12 vitamins today, because his mind, you know, he didn't do some clown shit. And I was really worried. I was kind of just waiting for that to happen, TJ, because we all saw it. Haaland wasn't getting the ball. Gabriel, so 10. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He did just some dumb shit, so he was fantastic. And not that he's like super prone to that. He was the couple seasons ago. Last season he was a much better. You know, he had I think a Bozo gene against, was it Barcelona or Man United? I don't remember now, but he didn't have that today. And again, he contained Haaland, which obviously we all know is no easy task. There's no easy way to do it. You know, you stay up on the guy. If you play off, you're going to get burnt. You have to be physical with those types of players, and you have to play on them. He was shit today, but he didn't get the ball either, Danny. I mean, every time he got the ball, Gabriel was right there. So, you know, I mean, he didn't have his best game, but, you know, he's going to turn up this season. So, you know, let's just hope that in the Prem that Gabriel has those same instincts to play hard on him, but don't just, you know, push the guy down. You have to play smart and physical with these guys. You know, you give them 3 or 4 yards, they're going to burn you. And we didn't do that today, and Gabriel deserves a lot of praise.
I agree. I'm giving Gabriel a 7.5. Didn't notice him, didn't put a foot wrong. 7.5 for me.
Yeah.
Connor's still gone, so we're going to keep moving on. Saliba, same, 7.5 for me. Great defensive effort all along that back line. I cannot say one bad thing about our defenders today.
Right.
We stopped Julian Alvarez. We stopped. We stopped Haaland. We stopped Foden. We stopped the treble winners today.
Defensively, it wasn't bad. Yep.
No, defensively it was not bad. So I'm giving him a 7.5. Excuse me, I just choked on my own spit. Dal, what'd you think?
I'm going to 7.5, 8. Yeah, maybe an 8, because I saw a play there at the end where Saliba had the ball. There was 3 City attackers around him. He just did right around him. I think Kevin De Bruyne got a foul because he slid in behind him. Yeah, legends in the chat for sure.
Yeah.
Saliba was great today. I mean, I hope his back injury isn't a recurring thing. I don't know, many people know that, a back injury can come and go, right? You can turn a certain way, and there it is again. So I'm wondering how much they're really going to watch him. He seems fit and ready to go, and he did great against Holland Alvarez today, and that's what we want. We need Holland contained, no matter what. You have to contain Holland up front and make sure he doesn't get a sniff of the ball. Saliba and Gabriel communicated well. They both, I think, equally did well. So both 8s.
100%. Connor, what do you think?
Saliba? Yeah, 8.5. Yeah. Literally, the fella's a brick wall. He would walk into that City team, 100%. I'm telling you,
Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce, mate. Rolls Royce. So as I was saying, Zinchenko's impression. Rolls Royce. He says it really quietly. Rolls Royce. And he's class. He's absolutely class. And he would walk into Arsenal, Man City's team, 100%. He's fantastic. And I'm telling you, he will be, if he stays fit, one of the best defenders in the league this season. This guy is so cool. It doesn't matter if it's Haaland or anyone in front of him. This guy is cool as anything. I remember when Haaland had a break, he caught up to him and he made sure he wasn't doing nothing with that ball. This guy is 100%. Unbelievable. And the fact that he don't get a sniff in that French team is a disgrace. And he deserves more of a chance this when France come back into whenever they play coming up now. He's
seriously not in the French team.
He's on the bench. He's like third choice. I understand Konate because I like Konate, but I think is it Kimpembe? He plays above him as well. Koundé. He deserves a shot. He plays on the bench, but he barely comes on, if never. So he needs to be playing. And no, he's fantastic, man.
Is he a little younger than those defenders as well? Maybe a couple of years.
Yeah, he is. But even so, I think he can. He's now leveling himself up. And I was actually quite worried that when he had his injury, he would come back and he wouldn't be the same. But by God, I'm telling you, I'm so glad he signed this new contract because this guy, he is a defender you would have in a Premier League winning side or Champions League winning side or any title winning side because he's fantastic. And fair play to him. 8.5, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And Gabriel, I heard you say earlier, I'll give him a 7 as well. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah. Okay. We were just talking about we were talking about how well he contained Haaland today. He didn't get much sniff at all in the first half.
That's the thing with Haaland.
That's what we need to do.
That's what the thing with Haaland is, and this is why I was a bit more proud of the defense today. Haaland's not. This is why I don't like the debate between Haaland and Mbappe because they're two different types of players.
Right.
Mbappe is more on the ball, pace, forward, skill. That's not Haaland. Haaland's he goes for the shots. He is more. He's less technical on the ball. He's just that striker who, once he's in the right position, he's goal. That's the type of player he is. You've got to get him into that position. You can't pass to Haaland and expect him to do step overs, 5-star skills, get all around his play. That's not what Haaland does. Haaland gets in the right positions, and the difference between Haaland and any other normal type of striker is he's such a syndrome and a robot. He will score from any angle. That's what makes Haaland so good. And he's in a City team who offer him the space and all these different chances to get goals in, and he takes them. But the great thing I saw today was we weren't letting him do that. We weren't letting City do that. And that's why I was saying to some people in the group chat, I was saying, hold on, because as much as it has been a bit boring, let's be real. We're going toe-to-toe with these guys and we're holding them back. We're not letting them, when they are getting a shot off, we're not letting them get close. I think in the first half, the closest they had was a little bit of a roll on the left-hand side of the goal. They didn't get it in. So we were holding our own and I was happy with it. I would have been more happy if we won the game. But I was pleased to a point that we were holding these guys down and we weren't letting them just ram all over us and make it out. I do think that their scenario of playing very slow didn't help Man City today. But even so, our defending was fantastic. It wasn't when the ball was in the box, we weren't panicking. We were dealing with it well. We were clearing it well. So yeah.
I noticed that Man City didn't play as many high balls as they did during the season, right? A lot of the last season, they lobbed a lot of balls into Haaland to run onto, and you're right. He's different than Mbappe that he needs the ball a couple yards in front of him to run onto and just blow past the forward, right?
Yeah.
The City weren't doing that. They were lobbing balls in there today.
Yeah, no, 100%. They were playing more through today, through the midfield and all that.
That doesn't always favor Haaland, right? Because you're, like you said before, the difference with him and Mbappe get the ball and turn and he's gone. Haaland needs the ball to go through the defensive line.
Well, you saw it when they got the break and it was just him and Saliba. Yeah. That was Haaland in his prime position because he'll take that ball and go for it. But unfortunately, he had a world-class defender. I'm not going to say he had a very, very good defender in Saliba tracking him and getting him. I'm not going to say world-class because I'll get done for that, but maybe soon. But hey, listen, what a guy, man! What a guy! And Saliba, bro.
Yeah,
hats off to you, bro, because you're fantastic.
Agreed. Yeah, so solid, so solid. All right, Benjamin White. Dow.
I'm gonna give him a 6. I didn't hear much from him today. I don't know if that's because he just had Grealish in his pocket or not. I mean, I think we did a lineup the other day, TJ, or on a show that I said Timber on the right because I wanted to see Timber go against Grealish. You know, I wanted to see the same sort of stature and guys, and that I see Grealish do his little step overs and stuff, and Timber stuff him. But Ben White held his own today, so I give him a solid 6.5, 7. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't really like there though either. I just thought he just did well. He was just solid today, but didn't do anything extraordinary.
I agree, Connor. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give him a 7 because he had that opportunity where he came through the box. He got into the box. He overlapped. He was actually in the box. He passed it through and he got unlucky. And so I thought he was great. That's the thing with Ben White. And I hate people calling him Ben Shite because he's not. The best thing about Ben, and this is why rival fans don't understand this. They think Ben White's shit because they don't see enough of him. Do you know why you don't see enough of him? Because he doesn't make mistakes. You see all these defenders on social media get all this stuff because they're making mistakes. And Ben White doesn't do that. He's cool, composed. And do you know what? It makes me laugh how Gareth Southgate was there today because Ben White was very good today. But I guarantee he won't take a look at him. He won't even have a sniff of him because he doesn't want to play him because he has his set favourites. It's a bit like Arteta in a sense, honestly. But he's not shy. He's a good right back. And like Jamina says, he's not a centre-back. We know he's not a centre-back. But at right back, yes, he's great. And he done another great performance today. Again, he held his own. He doesn't let people trample all over him.
Right.
And he's just doing his job at the end of the day. He's not making himself be the star of the team. He's doing his own thing. And he's controlling it well. And he's playing the ball through well to Saka. So I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was great. Very solid.
Grealish was quiet today.
Grealish is shit anyway. Grealish is shit anyway. So.
Yeah, you were saying that last season.
I don't know about that. I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was great. And I think that he's going to continue to contribute offensively, overlapping on the right. I cannot wait to watch Ben White on the right. See that, Ryan? Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll take a lap after that. Sorry about that, guys. No, but yeah, Ben White 7. I cannot wait to see this guy play in the Prem this season.
But I gotta be honest, TJ, if we were to do these rankings at halftime, there'd be a lot of 4s and 5s.
Oh yeah, no, we came back. We came back in the second half.
Yeah,
100%.
Sure.
100%, and everybody agrees with us. I think 7. Anthony says Ramsdale 8. I mean, Ramsdale was pretty divisive today. Pretty divisive the way he played it. So yeah, where's Taib with his mythical jokes? Taib isn't here.
And Taib's disappeared, man. I haven't seen Taib in ages, man.
Yeah, he's coming in and out of streams. I see him on different streams, but big up Taib. Big up everything. We might have a special guest. I just got a WhatsApp message. So we might have another individual person joining us. Okay, let's work into the midfield. Declan Rice.
Oh gosh, his real second competitive real game. 6. He was there, but like I said before, or Tia said, he didn't really make any mistakes. You know, he did his job as a defensive mid. It gave some room for Partey to go up. But I thought the pairing of him and Partey wasn't really bad. But he didn't do anything phenomenal, so I'll give him a 6.
I just saw a certain comment. Anyway, I'm going to go for Declan Rice again. And I said this earlier. You know, he's not going to be a type of guy who's going to be like, oh, yeah, goals. When I think of Declan Rice, I like him to be solid and control the midfield. It's as simple as that. And I think if Granit Xhaka came today, because Stuart Atwell was being a fool today, I think if Xhaka was in that team, he'd probably got sent off at one point, in my opinion. So no, he done his job. He was composed. Maybe could have done a bit better in terms of pressing. I did see him getting forward a bit. He does like to get forward. I think he is playing that Xhaka role, although he's going further towards the box up with Odegaard instead of Partey sitting back. But he done his job. I'm going to give him a 7 because he didn't do anything wrong. And again, he was solid. And that's all I expect from Declan Rice every single game. Composure. Playing the ball well. That's exactly what he done today. If people are going to expect flicks and tricks, let me do a roulette, let me do a scorpion kick or something like that, then you're dreaming because that's not what we want.
I expect.
Fair enough. Everyone has a different opinion.
No.
In my opinion, you buy a player of his caliber and in midfield, you expect calmness and control on the ball. And that's exactly what we got today. And that's what his job is. And he's a leader as well. I bet in the changing room, he's a bit of a leader as well. So fair play to him. I'll give him a 7. And yeah, I liked him.
I'm going to give him a 6.5. He didn't necessarily stand out, but he didn't put a foot wrong. I don't think he was at a 7 for me today. But I do think that, when we go up against Premier League competition, he's going to stick out. I'm really, really looking forward to him. I still think that he is the future captain of Arsenal. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what this guy can do in the Prem. I am so excited. Today got me so jazzed for the season, guys. If this is what we get for the Community Shield, the next 40 weeks are going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm with you, TJ, too. With the Rice, I really want to Declan Rice. I want to see where he really does against just the mid-table teams, right? He will perform better against lesser opposition. I mean, that's just to be true. I'm looking forward to it too because as much as it was penalties, it was a sloppy goal today. We beat Man City, and I don't care what Elias says or anything.
Elias, very quickly, Elias, that's poor because I'm a massive Marvel fan, and it's not made of adamantium; it's made of vibranium, mate. So get it right, man.
Elias, your jokes are falling.
Absolutely,
that's an insult. That's an insult to a Marvel fan over here. So
no, that is my media guy.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Though adamantium's Wolverine. Yeah.
Elias, you should go to a Tottenham stream where they talked about the good days of the 60s and 70s. No offense, you can hang out here. I'm just busting.
No, the problem is Elias's parents weren't even alive back then. So
your stand-up comedian career is pretty much done after this stream. No offense.
Thomas Partey.
Oh, my man, I'm gonna give him an 8.
Class.
So I saw a lineup that was a 4-2-3-1, and then I saw a couple of lineups that were 4-3-3. So I don't really know which lineup we did today, right? I'm going to guess it was a 4-3-3 with Rice on the left. But I'm still make this point, I want a 4-2-3-1 formation with Rice and Partey in front of the back four. I think that's the most stable way we can go. With one of them pushing up, and one stays back, one pushes up, to be the 5th attacker. Common sense. I get kind of nervous when I see 4-3-3 and Thomas Partey running up the pitch. I don't know if he's supposed to be the CDM or is he supposed to be running up the pitch? Is Rice covering for him? So anyway, with that said, Partey got an 8 today because he battled throughout the whole game for us. And I hope we get another 2-year contract.
I agree. Connor, what do you think?
Partey, I thought he was great. Again, this is why, and this makes me laugh. And I'm going to go on a bit. I'm going to go on a bit of a rant with every single player at this point because as soon as we were linked with Declan Rice, Partey shit, get him out. I bet all those fans were saying that now. Don't want him out now, do they? Because he is the core to our midfield. You flip flops. He is the core to our midfield. He is so good and. Moving away from you can talk about all the stuff away from football you want. I'm here to talk about Thomas Partey, the footballer, and he is fantastic in midfield. So chilled, so composed. He plays the ball well, and he is just an overall fantastic midfielder. And we need him in this season's campaign because I don't think we can replace him personally, even with Declan Rice. That's just one player. We need a second midfielder, and Thomas Partey does that. So I'm going to give Thomas Partey an 8.5 because I thought he was class today.
8.5. Wow.
Class.
Wow.
No,
I agree.
My midfielder.
No, I agree. I agree that he was great. I'm going to give him a 7.5. I mean, no, you know what? I'll give him an 8. I'm going to give him an 8. He controlled that midfield really, really well. All those people that were calling for him to get sold for this, that, and the other.
Yes.
Nah. The midfield that we saw today, people, is what we need to go into the season with. Rice and Partey at the back, Odegaard up front, unreal. In my opinion, the best midfield in the Premier League potentially.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, I'd put him. I definitely put him up top. Oh, fuck, that's a different competition for another day.
It's tough. It's a tough conversation.
Are we better than United? They have Casemiro. We have Partey.
No. Look. Casemiro in the midfield. Okay. Who else does United have in the midfield?
That's right. Who
other than Casemiro?
Look, Fred.
Gone.
What you on about?
Yeah, Fred. and they sold McManus to West Ham. So
City's midfield is the only one that competes with ours.
Exactly.
If you really look down the Premier League list, is there really a midfield three that
I'm interested to see how Liverpool's midfield does this season, but then again, they don't have a DM, and I don't want to hear Thiago because Thiago is not a defensive midfielder. So I'll be interested to see how their midfielder does, but their midfield is going to be attacking because they don't have a form of DM in the team. I don't know if Curtis Jones plays that role. I don't think he does. I think every single midfielder they have is practically an attacking either a central or an attacking midfielder. I don't see any defensive acumen in any of their players in midfield, but I could be wrong. I don't watch Liverpool. So, but it'd be interesting. I think you got to look at Newcastle's midfield. Newcastle's midfield's good. They've got Tonali, they've got Rice. They've got the options of Joe Linton, Joe Willock. They've got a lot of options in that midfield as well. But our midfield is definitely up there, especially now we've got Declan Rice. So, but I agree with Drew. Don't gas up just yet. Listen, it's one game. We're gonna trust me. Watch the season play out, man.
Okay. I'm just saying that there's the potential there, just by name credit only.
Right, on paper. If you look on paper, we're definitely, I think, with the names on paper, we're in the top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool, City, and us. I mean, maybe Chelsea, but we just don't know what they're going to look like yet. Man United, I don't think their midfield's that strong.
Agreed.
I just don't. I mean, Casemiro, he's world class defensive mid, but who do they have around him? McTominay, which I think he's going. I think he's sold to Forest. I thought.
Yeah.
Anyway,
big up Rams. I don't even know what to say. Before we go, what do you call a team that has no ambition, being frauds that are cheap but also makes the most profit, don't win anything, and are on the level of Birmingham? I'm assuming that's Birmingham City.
Birmingham City.
Yeah, that's really tough to make any sense of.
No ambition, owners being frauds.
Spurs.
Yeah, of course, Spurs. Of course. Let's go Odegaard.
Odegaard, my guy. 6.
I agree.
Yeah. It was good, but it wasn't great. But he was trying today. But he did have some great passing, of course, and he spun around well with the ball. I don't know. He was missing a little something today, so I give him a 6.
Yeah. Connor, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I'll go for a 6. Yeah, I mean, the only thing he probably done today that was really blowing my mind off really was the fact that he just kept rowing the crowd up, in all honesty. I can now start to see when I'm watching him, because I do like to sort of focus on a couple of players whenever I'm watching Arsenal. I don't like just to sit there. I like to have a look at some players. Mm-hmm. He has got more of a voice now. I can see it. And I'm not just rowing the crowd up. I mean, on the pitch, he definitely. Oh, I'm not going to respond to that. There's the one before. There was I can see moments where he's riding on the team and he's trying to get people to do different things. I definitely think he's spoken up a lot more than what he was when he first got given the armband. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I'm actually giving him a 5.5. Actually, he was mid today. Mid.
I'm giving him a 6 because he scored on the penalty kicks.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Other than that, he really didn't have anything to write home about. If we're going to be completely honest with ourselves. All right, let's move up to the front line. Bukayo Saka. We'll start on the right.
5. Everything Connor said earlier about him. He needs to be in the box, not near the flag. They need to train in his mind that you get around the defender, you go into the 18-yard box. Like Connor said before, there's like 5 different combinations of things you can do as a winger when you're one-on-one with your defender. Now he gets double teamed. That's a whole different thing. And today he got double teamed. He just passed the ball off. But when you're one-on-one, you've got to press into the box. And I think he was missing some of that last season as well towards the end. Everything's fine between the box and the out of bounds line, but what did he really produce today? I want to see the Saka that cuts in the middle and blasts one in the top corner with his left foot, Gareth Bale and Ronaldo style. But I think we're far from him doing that from what I've seen because he can't get close enough to the 18-yard box without losing the ball or passing it off laterally or passing it behind him to Ben White. I'm really questioning how Arteta is going to use him this season and if he's going to be that top-level performer that he was last season,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very, very trying season for him. And if the expectations aren't met, then we need to be looking around. I know he's our star boy and he's worth a lot of money. He's one of the best wingers in the league, but he's got to get into the 18-yard box more. It looked like today his focus was just getting the ball out wide and crossing it or just getting the ball out wide and trying to get around the defender, but he's got to be in the 18-yard box. So I'm going to give him a 5.
I agree. Connor, what'd you think?
Yeah, no, I'll give him 5.5, 6. Like, listen, he was trying. It's not like he wasn't doing nothing. He was definitely trying. I mean, there was a chance at the end before the Trossard goal, and he was just sort of standing there, and I thought, come on,
right?
Around him. Yeah, like you know what you need to do. You're better than that. But the problem was the City knew what they had to do, which was lock him down, and they done that today. Unfortunately, he couldn't get anything through it. And the Kanji's a very good player. And as much as I don't like Jack Grealish, he was holding him off too. So yeah, fair play. He tried his best, but yeah, I'm gonna give him another 5.5 just because he just couldn't get anything off, unfortunately.
Did he score a penalty?
No, he didn't.
He never went up, did he?
No, he didn't. No.
He didn't. Well,
he is not our
he scored on it. He scored on his PK. Yeah.
I don't remember being in the 5. Was
it? No, he was. He was there.
I mean, I know it was on here. Was he like the second one?
He was like the third, I think.
Oh, he was. Yeah, he was. Oh, yeah, he was the third one. Sorry, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, no, I'll give him this. I'll give him a 6 then, due to the penalty.
I'm giving him a 6 for that very reason. Otherwise, I would have gotten a 5.
Yeah, let's give him a 6. And to be fair,
I'll give him a 5.5.
You know what? To be fair, he did get the assist as well for the Trossard goal. So
yeah,
maybe
6. All right, here we go. All right, guys. I told you guys in the back room or in the private chat that we might have a special guest.
Is it special guest?
We got a special guest coming on for the next 40 minutes of this show before he has to go. Are we ready? Are you guys ready?
I'm ready. My brother.
Ola's here, my brother.
What's happening, people? What's happening? What's happening?
There you go,
man. Great watch along.
Really, dude, that watch along was absolutely incredible. You guys were cooking the entire time. It felt like a family reunion almost. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things where like I literally walked in and Lee was cooking people, and then Matt comes in, cooks me, and then you guys come in and you come in and just it was literally one of the most entertaining live streams I've ever seen. How are you feeling about the game? How are you feeling about today in general, man?
Yeah, thank you for the invite, my bro. Oregon Gouda, CMO Connor, TJ Warren, salute to all of you, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. I see you, Carl Rossi. Balls! You know I gotta come in and show love to everybody right here. Today's game was crazy. Arteta did some good things.
Mm-hmm.
and it did some not so good things, and a lot of, and look, this is the thing with watch alongs, yeah, because with podcast and reviews, you've had time to really sit down and take a look at the thing. But when you're watching it live and you're giving live reaction, there's some overspills that might come in, you know what I mean? But the way I saw it, the team, we were saying about Timber being, you know, man of the match the entire game. Right. And then you sub him off. But when you see who he subbed him off for, because I didn't see who he was to start with, I thought it was going to be like Tomiyasu or some shit. So when I saw Tierney, I thought, oh, you know what? I can ride with that, you know what I mean? I can handle that. And then Tierney does what he did, and you're thinking, oh, God, you know? But then he brought Trossard on in the same sequence. And these are the things. For me, what I wanted to see from the game is when lower teams play Man City, there's a focus that they give to try and get a result against Manchester City. And I said that the entire game. That is one thing that I wanted to see. At least try and stay in the game long enough to get something out of Manchester City. And in the end, we did. I know this is preseason, and I'm looking at in isolation of preseason as a whole. I'm not, it's not a competitive game, but it's a curtain raiser. It's like looking through the peephole, you know, to see what's ahead. And I don't mind a lot of what I saw. What I do question is Kai Havertz and why he was on the pitch for so long. And I hope all of you guys, wonderful guys here, got the answer to that.
I have the answer for that. It's because we have no one else to put him in there, bro. If we're not going to play Balogun and Jesus is injured, and we sure don't want to see Eddie in there, Arteta doesn't rate Balogun. He wants to sell him. So Havertz is the next one up. I wanted to see Trossard up front or Martinelli up front with Trossard on the left. I don't know why this is so difficult for Arteta to make these decisions. Bring Havertz in. He missed a couple of decent chances. You know, we've gone back a little bit, Olaf, on the show. Connor says we got to give Havertz more time, which I agree with as well. You know, it's not the 8th or 9th game of the season, which he's got a good point there. But then our man Carl Rossi says he's seen 3 years of this bullshit, and there's nothing else for us to see. You know, the proof is in the pudding. So, without another striker, Kola, what do you think? What striker would you want in right now if we had a choice of 3 or 4 from Europe?
Hey, Connor, what's your take on it?
Well, on Kai Havertz?
Yeah, and his performance today. And why he lasted on the pitch for so long.
I'll repeat myself here, and I know, Ola, you may not agree with me, right? And I completely understand people's criticisms. You know, he had the 2 chances. That first one was a bit of a weird one. He sort of had the ball. He was using his left foot. He couldn't really get a knock off on it, and it ended up didn't go in. And I know some people saying, "Oh, if that was Nketiah, he'd have scored it." All this kind of stuff. The second one, in my opinion, was a great save from Ortega. That guy's crazy. Like when he came to Man City, he came from this German team and in the Bundesliga, and I thought, all right, probably just play. But their recruitment is fantastic because this guy is a secondary, and the fact that they didn't even worry about putting Ederson on, maybe they would have thought about maybe during the penalties, but they just show that their recruitment's fantastic. And so fair play to Ortega for saving it. And I would say the couple criticisms I will make of Havertz today is if you're playing up front, the one thing I expect from a striker, especially if you're playing in the system we are, where you're practically on your own for quite a while, you've got to be pressing the whole game. And Havertz wasn't doing that. He wasn't. And there was many situations where Ortega was just holding the ball in his own box and just sort of sitting with it and thinking, right, for literally about a minute, where am I going to pass to? And no one was pressing him. If I was Kai Havertz, you've got to be pressing that, especially when we're playing a game of football where we aren't getting as many chances in our own box as we want to be, in City's box, as we want to be. So if there's an option for you to press and get that ball, you've got to take it. And that's the one thing I would criticise him about today. But at the end of the day, he isn't a striker. I think Kai Havertz even knows he's not a striker. He's an attacking midfielder. I do think another reason why he started today is because Arteta's got to find an excuse to play him. Because he spent 65 million on him And
highest paid player on the team.
Yeah, and Odegaard
that's more of what I lean towards.
Yeah,
because he spent that much money on him, he's under pressure to play him. And I hope I'm wrong, but I said it earlier on. I'm getting a Willian type vibe here, where Arteta's, because he's a signing and he's banked so much on him.
Yeah,
he's gonna want to play him to prove everyone wrong, that everyone was wrong about Kai Havertz. And
yeah,
I'm worried about that going into the league, but we've just won against Man City, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. But at the same time, I live in reality. I have to. The preseason game is done now.
Yeah.
What we're heading into now is all competitive games. 3 points are up for grabs, and 3 points are expensive, believe it or not.
If we were at the Etihad today and got that 1-1 draw, I would not have been disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
if we were at the Emirates, I wouldn't have been disappointed.
You've got to be getting wins with these guys, because if you look,
I know.
If this was the Premier League, we would have got a point today.
Give me a sec, guys.
No worries, and we were very lucky to get that point today. If we're going to look at it realistically, and there's been situations before where we've drawn a point with Man City, and it just don't feel right. And the fact that we are in the position now where we are currently the top two in the last season of the Premier League, I want to be going out there. And could you say this is an improvement from last season? Yes, because we've actually got a point from them. We couldn't manage to get a single point from last season. So in that sense, yeah, you can say maybe it's an improvement. Maybe again, it's probably out of luck. The 100th minute.
Right.
But
even one
I'm be seeing more intensity against these type of teams, because as much as I was agreeing with the sort of holding off, staying back. There's going to have to be a point where you're going to just have to firm it and put on the pressure. If you get countered, you've got to sort of just deal with it, because you're not gonna keep holding on, just going out with a point. Because if you want to be the best of the best, you've got to be killing these teams, man. You've got to keep just going for them. And if you really want to be going above City, we've got to be going above them in games and going for them. And that's what I thought we were going to do this game. I thought, right, we're going to wear them out the first half. We held our own the first half and didn't manage to concede. We had a couple good chances, nothing serious up the top. And I thought, right, we've just played them and they've had all the possession they want. They may be tying themselves out now. Now the second half, we're going to go at them. But we didn't do that. And that's what I was disappointed about. Because I was thinking, right, bang, we're going to go now and go at them, really take it to them now. They're going to be a bit surprised. But we didn't do that. And we also didn't bring on subs till very, very late. And that's another thing that needs to be questioned as well.
We did go at them, a couple times. And I kind of felt like, well, look what happened. Tomiyasu made a mistake in the first game. The second game, we were clearly outplayed. And the reason why I want the wins as bad as everybody else, believe me. But with the performance today, and what City put forth today, it was one of those games that was going to be really tight, right? They didn't have any shots on goal in the first half. We had 2. So if we're at the Etihad and these are the circumstances that we're under, I would gladly walk away with a 1-1 and not a 3-1 or 4-1 drubbing. When both teams don't play well, right? Because again, Holland didn't get a sniff. They weren't putting balls over the top for him to run onto. And we didn't play very well, but we held our own defensively. And that's what we have to do at the Emirates, because at the Emirates, at the Etihad, we capitulate at the Etihad defensively with mistakes and bad passing and, Ramsdale holding the ball too long and playing it out the back when they're highly pressed on us. But today I thought we set a little bit of a different tone, and if we can keep that sort of organization at the Etihad, as much as I want to win as anybody else, man, I'll take a 1-1 at the Etihad if we can keep,
that's what I'm saying.
Playing organized, as what I'm saying. I was really fearful it was going to be a 4-1 game today, guys. I really was. I was. I didn't give many predictions.
3-0.
But in my mind, I was thinking, 3-0, 4-1 all the way. I just didn't see how we were ready for this game at all. But they proved me wrong, and we played really well today. I mean, we got lucky with the goal, but that happens, But again, I would have taken a 1-1 at the Etihad last year, but not this year. I want to beat them. I want to win every single thing. I want to win every trophy, like all you guys do. But with today, the way it just played out, I'll take a 1-1. You know?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's we probably have about 20 more minutes, and then Ola's going live with Tony, so we're gonna send everybody over to Tony Claude Gunner TV after this. I said I was gonna drop the link in the chat. That is not going to happen today, just because it's been absolutely insane today. So we will have another call-in show at some point. It will not happen today.
You've also got to change the thumbnail because you thought we'd lose today.
Oh yeah, no, I look angry in the thumbnail because I thought we were done.
I made TJ 2 different thumbnails, one for either if we won or one if we lost, and TJ the lost one as a default one. And I thought, okay, cool, it's what it is. He's now got to change it.
I will change it. I will change it, and I will call it out on the community tab. All right, I'll call it out.
TJ's sad face and happy face, right?
Yeah, exactly right. But Ola, let's real quick, just quick ring of fire. No explanation. I'm gonna name out the guys that we've already rated. Just give them a rating, real quick. All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Ramsdale.
6.
Okay. Timber.
9.
I agree. Gabriel.
7.
Okay. Saliba.
7.
7. Ben White.
Ben White gets 7. 7 as well.
All right. Declan Rice.
Can we go halves? Can we go like 0.5?
Yeah. You can go.
0.5? Okay. 6.5.
Yeah. Okay. Thomas Partey.
7.5.
Okay. Odegaard.
7.
Okay. And then we ended. We all just gave our ratings on Saka. So Bukayo Saka.
Saka 7. Martinelli 6.5.
Okay.
Kai Havertz 4.
Oh God. All right. So we haven't given our ratings on Martinelli yet. Let's get into Martinelli right now. Let's get into Martinelli.
Martinelli 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I just think he was extremely underwhelming. But at the same time, he's gonna. I know for a fact that he's gonna tear up that left side all season long. We were going up against Man City today. Like I'm not worried about Martinelli at all. I'm really not, and I'm not worried about Trossard either. And we haven't rated Trossard yet.
Oh,
but you know, I'm not worried about him. What Dow? What do you think?
I would say 6.5 as well. That's probably really good. The only thing that gets me with Martinelli is sometimes I think he puts his head down too long and just makes that driving run. He's got to look up. You look at the difference between him and Vinny Jr., right? And another Brazilian, but levels above Martinelli. Vinny Jr.'s head is always up and down, looking around, even when he's breaking towards the goal. Martinelli has to get his head up. There's players in the box with their hands up. We see them waving for him,
Martinelli would be so dangerous with his head up. So dangerous.
Put his head up, square his body up more. I think he would find that he has the whole field to his advantage because he can cross the ball too. He can put a ball in at the far post. But today, I think he played well. He did what he did, but he's got to get his head up more. So a 6.5 is fair.
Okay, Connor.
Yeah, no, I'll give him a 6.5 just because he did try. I'm not going to get that away from him. He did try today. Again, it's the same thing with Saka. The players are now going to be the opposition players are now going to be onto these wingers. If it's not going to be 2 players, it's going to be 3. Ola, you said this before, bro. I said it earlier. I called it out and said that you actually said this on a previous stream.
Mm-hmm.
Teams are now going to figure out, and they already probably have figured out, that both their fullback and winger are going to have to be on Saka and Martinelli on both sides. That's the only way you can control them. And that is what Man City done today. Because there were points where Akanji they probably thought, okay, Akanji can maybe do it by himself. He couldn't. So they brought Jack Grealish back with him. And then Saka just didn't know what to do. And we were playing back and back. And it was the exact same on the other side with Martinelli. So he tried, but unfortunately didn't come up with him today. But I only give him a 6.5. He tried, but Completely agree. Heads down. Got to keep it up, man. Because I know he's watching the ball, but you got to keep the head up. Got to see what's in front of you. So 6.5 for me.
Yeah. Martinelli gets a 6 from me. All right. Kai Havertz, and then we'll quickly go into the subs, and then we are gonna shut this thing down. So Kai Havertz, Dow.
5. He was average. I mean, Connor makes a good point. I got to defend my boy Connor because he's always got the right. He looks at each.
No, he's got the right mentality, man.
Each game as a separate game, which I love. I do at times. He looks at each game and takes his critiques and his words carefully for each game.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's how you got to do it, though. It's how you got to do it.
Right. 100%. So Connor was right. Kai Havertz was in position to score, but he didn't fucking score. He was there, Connor, which I'll give you credit for. He was there. And we've seen the people on The Atlantic on YouTube. If you not have seen T2 football, there's a complete breakdown of what Havertz brings to Arsenal. It's about 3 weeks old. It's a fantastic video. He's supposed to arrive late in the box, no pun intended. But today, he was just kind of at the right place at the right time. But the pressing wasn't there. The finishing's not there. So it's like he's good at like 5 things, but he's really only good at 2, right? He's really proficient at 2. So there's still a lot of work there, but I got to give him a 5 today because a couple of those chances, you have to fucking bury those. I'm sorry. Going against City, you have to have the composure and you have to just put your laces through that fucking ball and just slam it at the keeper. You just got to score. And other strikers would have scored that. Perhaps Jesus would have, but
I think Trossard scores one of those chances.
Oh, right, exactly. Trossard probably does.
I agree with you.
But Kai Havertz was there, and Trossard wasn't, and he deserves a 5 today because it was a pretty average display.
Yeah.
Connor?
9. I'm messing. Yeah, Ola's face dropped. Ola's face just dropped.
I'm thinking, what?
No, I'll give him a 5. But you know what? No, I'll give him a 4.5 because as much as I was backing it, and I still back it, but I'm going to be realistic about what he done on the day. He didn't offer much, and I'm keeping it real. So I'm going to give him a 4.5, and I just hope that he comes through. I said it on the Arsenal group chat earlier. I said, listen. If I was Kai Havertz, the situation I'm in right now, I want to be proving everyone wrong game by game. And as much as I want to see that, I didn't see much of that today. I didn't see much from him. And yeah, so
DJ Kramer, what's wrong with you, bro?
Tony's a legend.
So I'll give him a 4.5.
4.5, lower than a 5.
Yeah, 4.5.
Okay.
I'm giving him a 4.5 too. I think he was extremely underwhelming. I thought that an all-and-out striker would have scored in those chances that he had. So 4.5. Please do not play him in the number 9 again, Mikel. Please do not do that again, please. Ola, what do you think?
In the words of late Kevin Samuels. I don't know if anyone don't know who Kevin Samuels is. In the words of late Seven Samuels, I'm gonna give him an adjustable 5. It's gonna get adjustable 5. I did say 4 earlier on, but 4 can be adjusted into a 5. 5 can be adjusted into a 4. It depends how you want to look on it, because there will be days where Kai Havertz is gonna look good, and this is where Connor's right. You got to look at it in isolation, game by game basis, and some days is gonna do good, maybe against a less problematic defense, and some days when it comes against top level teams, it might just be a ghost. Today, I didn't really see much from him that I hadn't seen while he was at Chelsea, but at the same time, I've sat on here and said to you guys that, look, I'm prepared to give the player 10 games because I don't really start looking at points up until, or the table, when the table starts taking shape, up until 10 games. But I'm gonna grace him that. But again, rate him on individual basis, and then we'll see where he's at after 10 games and say, you know, how far he's gone with the team, how he's molded with the system, and on top of that, if it really suits us, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. But for now, I guess I just did 5.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Quickly, let's shoot off our ratings for the substitutions. By the way, make sure everybody you are smashing the likes up. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel. We got Alla, the absolute legend from the Fight Week Show. Make sure you are subscribing to the Fight Week Show if you haven't already. Like, if you're here and you haven't already subscribed to the Fight Week Show, like, I got to question what you're doing with your life. And then obviously, we got Dal, Oregon Gunner up top, and then Connor to my very top up here. All right, so let's go ahead and go Kieran Tierney. I mean, there really isn't much that needs to be said for these guys because they didn't get a ton, with the exception of one individual, obviously. But Kieran Tierney, shoot off those ratings real quick, guys, and then we're going to take it out of here.
5.
Yep. Yeah.
We didn't do anything. I mean, we didn't have enough time to really make an impact.
Yeah.
Tierney 4 was a fault for the goal. He didn't have time. Right. Lee said blame the manager. I blame Tierney. I was happy with Tierney coming on the pitch. So I'm going to hold him accountable for that goal. 4.
Yeah, I agree with Ola 4. It's unfortunate because I do like Tierney, but it's just wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately. That, you know, it's ironic that he comes on the pitch and straight away they get a goal. It's probably not the best time of him, but listen, just there's some games
how Timber played.
Exactly. And there's just some games where you just got to face the music. So I'm going to say 4.
Yeah. I'm going to go with 4 too. You cannot blame Arteta for everything.
Yeah.
Wrong place, wrong time.
100%.
And let's be honest, there's a big agenda against Arteta right now, but Arteta can't be blamed for every single action that he takes. Like Arteta goes to the bathroom. Arteta takes a piss. Are you going to blame him for it? What did you say, Alla? Sorry.
I told Lee, do you want to blame Arteta for your green screen going crazy?
We love Lee on this channel, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
it's
like, you know, if we're gonna blame Arteta for Kieran Tierney's fault, we've got to praise Arteta for Leon Trotter scoring the goal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
You got to show the same energy. Keep the same energy, man. That's what
100%. I love that. All right, Emil Smith-Rowe.
5.
Did he play?
Exactly.
Yeah,
a couple times.
Box kind of 5 for me. 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5.
Nothing special.
Didn't do much. Eddie and Kedia.
2.
Again,
I'll actually give him because a standard 5.
I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a
5.5 because
the only reason Tierney is getting a 4 is because it was involved directly in the goal.
Yeah.
Other than that, he would have got 5 as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Eddie a 5 too.
I'll say 5.5 on the basis of he actually pressed. He actually came on and decided to press. And literally, when Ortega had the ball in the by his goal, he wasn't just going to sit there and do nothing. He actually pressed. So fair play to Nketiah.
That's true. He did press well. He did press well. I'll give him a 2.5 for that.
Fair play. I'll give him a 5.5.
You can fuck off out of my club. I just so dead. We all like him personally. He's a nice kid, you know, but just you're not good enough for this club. Why does Arteta and Edu think that they can just hang on to him, preserve his value? Just get out, bro. You're killing your own career.
Yeah,
Eddie and Kedia, listen to the Dow man. You're killing your own career, Arsenal. You need to go to Crystal Palace down south.
They love him down there.
And TJ and resurrect your career. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate the embarrassment. I hate you.
No, you were speaking to the people. I had to do it. You were speaking to the people.
I had television, everything. Eddie, tell you, get the fuck out. Please just get out. Just get out.
Oh, shit. Your defense is in trouble. In the room. Your defense is in trouble. In the room.
That song is happening.
I hate that song. It's just,
all right. Last two, real quick, and then we're.
You're gonna pay for that, TJ. Damn you, Kyle.
Oh, he got you good, man. He got you good.
Dude, I've been paying for my sins all day. All right, last two, and then we're done. Trossard.
Yeah, Trossard gets a 9 for me.
Yeah,
9.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8, 8.5. He got the winning goal. Well, not he got the goal to get us. So yeah, no, he needs to be playing more. Mikel, he needs to be starting for fuck's sake. Like, if this doesn't show, like, did you say? I'll say it again, Ola, because you're here. This guy, Arteta, his face. It's like his wife just took her clothes off when he scored that goal. Real talk. If you're doing that when Trossard's scoring and you're trying to think you're going to start him next week, you're off your head. Real talk. This guy needs to be playing 90 minutes every week, or at least starting games. It's crazy, man. What? And we got him for a bargain price as well. This guy is insane. Not insane, but he is such a good player. And he needs to be playing. So Arteta, get on it, man. It's an 8.5 for me. 8.5.
All right. 8.5. Ola said 9. Dal, what did you say?
I haven't said anything yet. I just want to hear you say Bossard 9.
I'm not gonna say Bossard, but I'm gonna go last because I'm the host of this thing.
You're the last. Okay. I thought I was last after that last little tricky poll. Bossard, I'm gonna give him besides this game, I want to open it up to the whole preseason. Where my man got, I think, 4 goals, 2 in the MLS. Oh, damn you, TJ! I swear to God.
No, that's Connor. That wasn't me. That was Connor.
Connor's going to pay the price.
I'm
going to give Trossard an 8 because he's our impact guy. He needs to start more. I'm just waiting for my full face to jump in there.
No.
Okay, thank you. So no, he got an 8. He needs to start. I would start him up front, and again, I say it again: put him on the left and Martinelli up front. Martinelli won't have to have his head down. He won't have to dribble the ball. He has to receive the ball and put it in the back of the net. So Trossard has to start up front. Havertz ain't gonna cut it until after like 7 or 8 games, right? He's gonna need more games. Trossard is ready to go, and he had an incredible preseason. I love his silver blonde hair. He's just, I don't know. He really is an Arsenal class player. And like you guys said, we got him for a cheap price, and he wanted to come here. So I think after Havertz display, let's put Trossard up front against Nottingham Forest and see what happens. If it doesn't work out, then you put Havertz up there. But absolutely not Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, I agree with
so
you.
I give him an 8.
I'm giving him an 8 too. I thought his composure, his handling of the ball. He's just such a class player, and there has been nobody more consistent than Trossard since he came in January.
Yeah,
Period. End of story. Big up everybody. Big up everybody in the chat. By the way, everybody is absolutely killing it. Big up Jez.
Big up Jez.
Absolute legend. I'm looking forward to the match reactions from Jesser. Can't wait to hear from you, my friend. Last but not least, actually kind of least because I don't rate him, Fabio Vieira, and then we're going to take this out. 5 from Connor.
Box down.
Ola?
Didn't do anything.
What you got, Ola?
I'm giving Vieira 11. He teabagged City, man. City got teabagged, man. You know what I mean? What about that pocket penalty, man? It was a teabag, man. They got teabagged up in there. No, I'm joking. A 5. Good penalty though. Good penalty. I'll give him a 5 still. Yeah.
Sweet.
It didn't do much other than the penalty.
So I give him a 5. Yeah.
So, all right, cool. Well, guys, we're going to take this out because Tony Claude Gunner TV is going to go live with Ola here in about 9 minutes. We will do a call-in show. I will announce it sometime midweek. But I said we were going to do a call-in show to celebrate 400 subscribers on TJ Warren TV. So we will do that later in the week. Thank you very, very much, all. Obviously, very, very grateful to the community and everybody who's helped. So really, really appreciate it. Dal, shut yourself out. Let's get out of here, man.
Check me out at Oregon Goon, Infamous Dal on IG. Shout out to my man Hot Fuzz 44. I see you follow me on Instagram. I got you, buddy. I follow back. Shout out to the chat, of course. I see Mama Flossie, Dr. Seymour Butts, the proctologist professional. Hot Fuzz 44, Clock Orange, Tony DJ Crane in the building, Carl, Jez, and of course, I think I said her name. I'm going to say it twice, the Mama Flossie. So thanks, DJ.
Of course.
We got the dub. Freaking awesome.
Yep. Connor.
Yeah, big up TJ, man. Always love coming on here, man. And great day in it, really. You got to look at it. Great day of football. We've won something. So let's actually go ahead and actually win and honour a title. Whether it's a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League or Premier League. I do not care. I want one or more of them this season. So, yeah, listen, you got to give a credit to it. We did technically beat Man City today on penalties, so you got to give it to them. And fair play to the team for holding their own. Now we've got to go and smash Forest 5 or 6-0 and get the season off to a bang. So, big up to everyone. You know how to find me on Instagram, cmo.editing for any editing needs. If you need anything for your channels, Instagrams, Twitters, anything like that. Big up to everyone. Big up to TJ. Big up to Darren, of course. Big up to Ola as well. Legends. And, great day.
All right. And then last but not least, Ola, the absolute ledge.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on. Salute to everybody. Oregon Guna, Connor, TJ, salute to you for having me on. My channel is a Fight Week show. We do MMA, combat, anything combat sports on my channel. We do predictions on there. We got fighter interviews. So yeah, come and show us some love. Come support what we got going on. And man, the season is back. You know, we're big Arsenal fan as well. And you catch me on League Gunners channel. You catch me on here. You catch me with Tony Claude, and Jez. Anytime for you, bro. You know what I mean? Just hit me up. We'll work out a schedule. My schedule's crazy, but I always make time for the people I fuck with, man. And you're one of them. So we'll put something together, Jez. We'll put something together. Yeah, man. The Fight Week show.
Need to get on your show, Jez, about how we discovered Arsenal. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we got to, and everybody who hasn't subscribed to the Arsenal History and More, go ahead and do that right now. If you're watching this on playback, make sure you're smashing likes. We got 32 likes. Let's get that up to 35 before the end of the day, everybody. Obviously, this has been TJ Warren TV. Thank you so much to Dal, Connor, and obviously Ola. You're becoming semi-regular on here, and I would love for you to be a regular, brother. I love it. I know you're a busy guy, but every time you come on here, it's absolutely lit. So thank you so much for coming on. And obviously, you know, you answer the call every single time, so I really, really appreciate it. TJ Warren TV, everybody, we will be back with the midweek show. Not sure what that's going to look like yet, but obviously we will come back with that. We will have a call-in show soon to celebrate the 400 subscribers, and then we will have the American Idiot Show on Friday, 9 p.m. UK. I don't know who's going to come onto that yet, to be honest, because Dal and Connor, Connor's turning 20. Happy birthday, Connor. So he's going to be out at the pub with his boys. Yes, and then Dal is going to be out in the wilderness somewhere. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm missing the frickin' opening weekend because I'll be camping in Lapine, Oregon.
Yeah. So he's going to be out. And I will be
but I'll be with about 8 buddies and stuff. A lot of beer, a lot of weed, a lot of whiskey, maybe a little mushrooms. We'll see what happens. But
good Lord.
Running, so it's our 6th anniversary of Friends Property. It's beautiful in Lapine, Oregon. A lot of fishing, bike riding. So we do all sorts of stuff. We do like axe throwing. We play cornhole, all sorts of shit. So I'm missing the first weekend, but it's a blast for sure.
Yeah, just have your wife send me your number, so we can do a welfare check on you if we need to.
No cell service. It'll be sticky. I might be able to say hello. I'll see if I can pop in. I'll be looking at scores for sure.
No big deal either way. Everybody, thank you so much. We have a great family here. We will see you next time. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1. Arsenal win on penalties 4-1. Community Shield winners. Come on, you Gunners. See you next time.